Greetings gamers! Welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Palermo. Thank you so much for your continued awesome support. Comments will be down below. Do keep commenting and you will see yourself up on screen in no time, I am sure. But today I'm going to do the episode slightly different to normal, so do let me know what you think of the new style compared to the previous episodes. I'm always tinkering, trying to find different ways to just make the content a little bit different and hopefully interesting for you to watch at home. So let me know your thoughts in those comments below. Otherwise, let's get in and talk about some tactics. Now here we are, just before we talk about some tactics that I want to chat about. We have played a few games, obviously off camera. We played the Cabanesi and Bari games in last episode. Since then, Teramo, 2-0 victory day. Ternana, what's that song? 1-0 defeat there. I'm just going off a complete tangent. Monopoly, 2-1, quite a scrape victory there. You'll see two late goals. I mean, they scored also a late goal. It was kind of a late goal game, but yeah, kind of a bit of a scrape through when we should be doing better against a team that I think at the time was like second from bottom. We then got Bisceglie, 2-1 victory there. You can see it's a bit of a theme with 2-1s and 2-0s and things in the last sort of couple of months, but it was nice then to play Casertana and absolutely thump them. Now, I do think, just slightly, the red card after 7 minutes may have helped us there, but we was already 1-0 up at that point, and you can see Luperini with a penalty, Motta got a couple, Gellert got a couple, just really, really good performances. A few things to note. Now, I said to you, this is my favourite time of the year for being able to sign some of the free transfers. Now, I have got a short list of players I'm interested in, I'm looking at. I might quickly just show you that. I've looked at some regens, there's not many come through yet. It's going to be like next year onwards when they properly start coming through, so you will see them in like future episodes when we have some of them to properly look at. Now, I've had some guys on trial, we've still got a few of them on trial, you can see here. And there's some players I'm looking at, there's a couple I went for already. One of them was Gozzi, who I think is like a youngster at Juventus. I'll quickly show you him, just as I'm sure there's probably some of you looking at him. He was available on a free or pre-contract. I offered him it, so there's a couple of teams, but he chose to stay at Italy, which just reminded me really of kind of over the last couple of years of FM, I found that actually most of the players just seem to get a contract clause that keeps them for another year, or they sign deals with the existing club. So actually it's probably better just to let them actually expire, where the clubs basically decide we're not keeping them. And a few of these, let's say if there's 10 on the list, probably about half of them will sign up to new deals as that deal is coming to an end. So you do risk it a little bit, but it means if they release them, you're not going to have that hassle of like 2 clicks later, they've signed a new contract. So I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to make any more offers, because there was one other player that I put an offer in for who also went and stayed with the club. So I've decided, right, I've got a few players I'm looking at. There's a few others down here as well, but I'm going to just kind of leave it for now. There's a few players not interested. I mean, Stefano Gorli, goalkeeper at Juventus. I would love to get this guy, 24 years old, not on a massive wage, so we could offer him a decent wage here. I just think he'd be a nice player for us, but we'll have to see what goes on there. But anyway, that's kind of that thing. Now, one thing that I wanted to chat to you about is I have been trying a couple of tactics. I've literally just created this copy. So this is the original one, which we've been playing with the Mezzalas. I made a slight copy one here with box-to-box midfielders, just sort of having a little play around whether that was better or not. We didn't actually use that in the 5-0, so I will try this one out today. But I've also been thinking, guys, you should know me. I like interesting tactics, and I feel like it's a little bit different. But also, I have a tendency to now and again enjoy a little strikeless. Now, the reason I say that is because we have a couple of good strikers. They're both on loan, and we cannot get Gellert back because UK has left the EU. So we can no longer sign English players, so we can't extend his loan or anything because he's a non-EU player from abroad. So I can't even extend his loan past the end of the season. I was basically thinking, all right, we'll extend him. I also had Charlie Creswell coming in from Leeds. He has had that move terminated. He should have joined us on the 4th, but it fell through because now he's a foreign player and we can't sign them. I don't think we can sign them in Serie B either. Do sort of let me know if that's different, but I'm sure I remember from Venezia that we can until we get to Serie A. I think then you can sign foreign players from abroad. So potentially if we don't get Motta back, because there's a good chance we won't do, it depends what Monza, I mean, they might be in the same division as us next year, though they are 3rd, so maybe not. But if we don't get him back, we then won't have any really strikers. So my thinking was, well, we could maybe use this opportunity to go strikerless. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about that. Would you like to see a little bit of a strikerless system? I'm basically just thinking something like maybe move these guys back, potentially even put a 3 there. I'm trying to think back to when we had it working previously. I've not really had it work for a few years now, but I'm thinking that this seems to be a decent base. Maybe move these into like a ball-winning midfielder, deep lane playmaker or something. I'd have to have a look at the exact roles. Probably maybe playmakers with a couple of shadow strikers either side. Something like that. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Something like that. Would you like to see it? Do you think it'd work? That'd be awesome. But today, we are playing against Vubon Essa, who are currently 9th in the league. This is the league, just to give you a bit of an overview, as things stand right now. We are currently top, 20 games played, 50 points on the board. But let's go ahead and play today's game. We do have a few little injury worries. Obviously got a lot of trialists in. Both our left back and backup left back are injured. Sommer is also coming back from an injury, which is frustrating. And Pelagotti has also got a knock, but he's on the bench anyway. So I think we're pretty much going to stick with that. We do have Vanderberg, who has been playing alright recently. Macaroni's been doing alright. Yao Silva's come back after injury and is doing okay. So it's not too much of an issue there. Almishi has started playing quite well as well, which is good to see because he's kind of like the good right wing back. So it's nice to see him actually, contributing now and getting some good performances. But yeah, let's get in the game. Let's see what happens. Pick up where you left off because that was a lovely 5-0 victory. So I'd love you to do that again, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to do things slightly different today. We're going to do the episode. And then I'm going to do like a little bit of a mini section, which will probably have like some backing music or something like that. Where you just see quick little snapshot highlights of the games in between, and then we'll come back and play another game at the end of that run. I kind of did this before, but we're going to do it again because I quite like... Ooh, that was a trip for sure. That should be a penalty kick, and it will be. I just kind of feel like you see a little bit more there, and it's not just a case of these are the games we've played, and let's play a couple of games at the end. So I feel like it just splits up a little bit. And when we've got like transfers, we can use that middle section to show you a few little snapshots of transfers. And I just think it just gets you more involved, I personally think anyway. And I want you to be involved in the episodes rather than just feeling a bit, like it's someone else's game and you're just kind of there a little bit. As Motta with the goal, which is disallowed, obviously. Now we're here with a throw-in. Goes to Luperini, Almishi. Still trying to persist with a dodgy accent, but that's a nice little ball. Chested down from Motta there. Can he finish right panel? No, he can't. Okay, they've got a set piece. Don't obviously want to concede any goals. That would be lovely. To be honest, I think we're doing all right in this game, but you just never know. Hopefully, we do seem to be pressing them quite well, though they've got past that press. And that's a decent ball in and a decent goal from Mario Pugliese. First goal of the season, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Yeah, just a bit of a dodgy way, getting past the defender at the far end, not ideal. As you can see, we have had more of the shots, but we're 1-0 down. We've got a highlight. It's been quite some time without a highlight, to be honest, since the first half, but they're on the ball. We could do with stealing this. There's Collado, finds Geldar. I have slowed down the highlights, I think, because I'm going to, again, try and do things a little bit differently and not sort of show you the full entire game with me talking endlessly. I'm going to try and cut it up a little bit more and just try and keep the episodes to a reasonable level. But I will slow the highlights down just so you can see the play a little bit easier and not kind of as rushed and hectic as Geldart comes in. Oh, just can't find... Oh dear. Well, I was about to say, couldn't find anyone with that one, but then it sort of ricocheted off there. Was it, I think, with their clearance? Well, let's look at it again. Pretty sure, like, Geldart comes in, knocks it back, trying to find him, and then he just thumps it into his head, and Geldart slots it home. It's 1-1, guys. Somehow. Although there is a kickoff highlight. Oh, I always worry about them because it sometimes can be really good, and you get the goal. Other times, and generally it seems to go more this way, is that they then score one straight away. So I'm really hoping it's the first option where we score. We do need to try and press them a little bit better here. Karamoko Marus into Pugliese. Sent over a couple of players overlapping here. Zlaviski, good block, follows up, good save from Froman, who's been a decent keeper. And end of the season, I'll kind of show you like how the players are looking and developing and things. He seems to have a lot of good like upwards arrows. I think he's a good young keeper that's developing. So even if we don't get that gory guy for Juventus, I think Froman is a decent keeper that we're kind of happy with. So we're going to highlight Crivello to get Geldhart. I'll try and do an accent for him for a second then. Oh dear. Almishi. Oh, that's a good ball. Geldhart's there. Oh, how has he missed? How has he missed that? That's full time. Full time. And you can see not a great overall performance. A few players subbed off as well that weren't performing very well. Van der Berg, Oja, Almishi, Geldhart obviously scored. Also, we missed a penalty with Luperini, so he had a poor 6.1 rating. Motta, offside goal. I feel like on a different day it could have been better. XG says we should have done better. We had 9 shots, only 1 on target though. Just one of those kind of games, really. I feel like we should have done better. But hey, it is what it is. A draw is better than a loss. We are back. Hope you enjoyed that. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. But we are playing Foggia. It's very foggy. They are currently 7th in the league, so it's going to be a tough tie. You saw the results of the games there. It's been, one of those kind of runs. But let's see if we can go and get a result today against Foggia and just sort of turn that around a little bit. I did make one signing and a couple of sales. Got rid of a couple of players. There was a sort of backup striker and a backup third choice left back. Wasn't really using. We've moved them on. Just gets them off the wage bill. We didn't really get any money for them, but we've saved like another grand in wages. So that's always useful. I did bring in Rafa Marin, who is one of the players that I'm looking at Real Madrid who are available on a free. I've sometimes found that if you've got a player on loan, then they tend to not, well, kind of almost forget about that player. I suppose unless they play like amazingly. So I'm going to kind of use him sporadically so that A, he doesn't completely lose all development, but B, that he don't play amazingly and then get wanted by other teams or Real Madrid give him a new contract. And I'm kind of hoping that they just forget about him, let his contract expire and we can pick him up because he looks like a decent prospect with some really good jumping reach, fitness, decent sort of acceleration and good stats over here for a ball playing defender. So yeah, all in all, I think he could be decent. Hopefully we'll get him on a free. Let's get in the game though. So this is the squad. You can see here, kind of had numerous issues with suspensions and injuries. We've got a couple more out, but they're generally the backup players. So yeah, it's an ongoing issue, suspension injuries. You might have noticed another red card to Oja. I don't know what his thing is, but he just loves the red cards. He's had four red cards. That is ridiculous. Oh well. We've got a corner kick. Almici to put it in. Oggia, the red card man himself, will pick it up on this flank. Going to try and drive, is it? No, he puts it along. Bit of a poor ball, but Sommer does collect it. Oh, bro. Just caught on his heels there. We definitely do seem to have kind of like just taken a foot off the gas a little bit recently, but that's a good interception. Geldhart has definitely been the main man. Motta has really gone off the boil, but maybe you can do something? No. He's definitely not the Motta that was firing goals in earlier this season. Now it's their turn with a free kick, which will go into Agostini and Garofalo. Balde. I recognise that name. I'm not sure where from though, but Balde, I don't know. It could be someone else, obviously, but I do recognise that name. Not sure where from. Like I said, we are forcing them back here, though. They've dinked it straight forwards into the path of their player, who makes it 1-0, but it is disallowed. I was thinking he looked a little bit offside. Looking for us, he is offside. Keeps it at 0-0. Not quite sure what's going on here. We've got a free kick. For a second, I was like, are they just give us like a penalty without seeing the build-up? Motta will take it, and oh, I was slagging him off. And he's heard me. It's just all you got to do sometimes is slag off your players and they'll come good for you. That is a cracking free kick for his 12th goal this season. Literally top corner. You're not saving those. Another highlight here. It's their throwing. Luperini does manage to get it away. The chase is on to see if we'll win that back. We won't. Brazaghi down this side. Again, another name I recognise there. Good sliding tackle by Luperini, but he can't obviously come away with the ball. They're still playing it around. It's only 1-0, so this is dangerous. We don't want to concede. Late on, that would be annoying. Come on, let's get it away. Rafa Marin. Obviously, he's still adapting to the side, so it is, obviously a tough one on him. But that's a brilliant ball over the top for Motta. If he can get a good touch here, he might be able to finish. Oh, he just seemed to just waste that. I really don't know what that was about. He didn't just have the opportunity. He let it go. And I think, guys, that's probably going to see things out. Actually, there's another highlight. Ball played into Favaro. Will we get this highlight, though? Or is it going to be an attack for them? Balde, we've completely just left him alone. I have no idea why, because we should have a good pressing on here. That was poor from us. 3 at the back. And no one going to that. But that should be it this time. It is 1-0, scraping it, but we get the win. And that's all that matters. And we come away with the win. So today's episode, we've not done too bad. We obviously have got the 1-1 draw against Vubon Essa, a few then draws from that. But we finish off with a 2-0 Catania and a 1-0 against Foggia, who were a decent side and did, they were in the game. They weren't like amazing, but they were in the game. And that leaves us then with a game in hand and a 6-point cushion, which is brilliant. So we're doing really well here. Like I say, I don't think there's a major difference between here and here. You still go into some sort of playoff, but it's always good to finish first. And yeah, so let's see what happens. We've got a lot more games to play. Obviously, I've only got the 25 played. Tons more to play. I'll see you in the next episode where we will be picking up where we left off. Potenza. And then we'll probably get round to like Paganese or Juve Stabia. Something like that. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching.